Hello, welcome. Today I'm making roasted root vegetables. This is a dish I usually make on Thanksgiving or Christmas, and then I make it sporadically throughout the fall and winter seasons. It's perfect with a turkey, a chicken, a ham, or a roast. It can even be adapted if you add some dollops of goat cheese to it to kind of make it the main event. It's a real crowd pleaser. The ingredients I have today are potatoes, parsnips, rutabagas, sweet potatoes, red onion, celery, garlic, olive oil, dried crushed rosemary, dried thyme, salt, and pepper. Any of these vegetables can be substituted if you have a different type of potato. You want to use red potato, you want to use yams, you want to use celeriac, or some people call it celery root. This recipe is super flexible and so deliciously comforting, so stay tuned. now that I have all my ingredients prepped and chopped up, I'm going to put them on a baking sheet. I use silicone pads so it doesn't stick, but parchment would work as well. And I just spread them on, try to keep them in a nice even layer that they're not too overlapping. I put the potatoes, and I'm going to put the sweet potatoes on this tray. And then I'm going to put about half of the onion, just because I like the onion to start, the flavors to start melding with each other. So I put half on this one and half on my second tray. Just kind of break them up. All right, and then I'm just going to drizzle them with a couple tablespoons of olive oil and a little bit of salt, and then just kind of mix it all in. And I'm going to put them, once I have my second tray, I'm going to put them in the oven at 400 for about 30-35 minutes, depending on how hot or cold your oven runs. So I'll be back in a second to prep the second sheet. I'll put this in the oven and we'll continue on. Okay, now I'm working on my tray that I'm adding my chopped up parsnips and my rutabaga. I might have gone a little bit overboard on the rutabaga, but we really love it in our family. And when I'm prepping, just a tip, the vegetables like the rutabagas, the parsnips, the potatoes, I usually soak them in water as I prep them, because otherwise they'll start to get brown. So just a little tip if you want it to look a little nicer. It'll still taste the same whether you soak it in water or not, but just wanted to share that with you. And then I'm going to add my red onion. And if you don't like such large chunks of red onion too, you could dice it. You could just make it a little bit smaller, but that's up to you. And again, I'm just hitting it with a little bit of olive oil, probably a couple tablespoons, probably about a tablespoon, another tablespoon or so of salt. And this is going to join the other tray in the oven. Again, 400 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes. Okay, my root vegetables are roasting up nicely. They're getting nice and golden brown. I'm going to take them out of the oven and put them in a baking dish and combine them all and add in some other ingredients. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I'm just going to take the ingredients that I pulled out of the oven and put them in an 8x10. And I know you could think, oh, the dish is done at this point, but really putting it back in the oven and combining them all just does something really special. So trust me that this actual extra step will really yield good results. So I'm using about half of each vegetable because I think I have enough to yield 2 8x10s for a double recipe. So that's what I am going for. If you can fit it all in one, more power to you. So I'm just gonna finish getting these in the pan, and I have a couple other ingredients to add to it. I might be able to fit all of it, but I think I'm going to just do it as 2 separate. I'm going to put, because I'm making 2, half of my celery in at this point, half of my garlic, and you can always put more pepper, but pepper, about a tablespoon of crushed rosemary, about a tablespoon of crushed dried thyme, and I'm going to mix it up, especially when I get the garlic mixed up in there. I also had greased the bottom of my pan, or drizzled a little olive oil so that it wouldn't stick as much. There might be some stickage. You could also use parchment to help with that as well. So I'm going to finish up my second 8x10. I'm going to put it back in the oven, 400 degrees, for about another half hour. So I just took my 8x10s out of the oven and put it all on a plate. You just want to make sure the celery is cooked and the garlic is cooked and the flavors are starting to meld together. It smells so delicious. If you look, onion and garlic especially, your house is going to smell so amazing. I hope you give this recipe a try and enjoy it with your family this holiday season. Enjoy.